Om. समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्गुरुं वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Hari Om. So we start chapter 17 today, and this chapter is about the three kinds of Shraddha. We all know that Shraddha is very, very important for advancement in spirituality. But what is Shraddha? A. And how many kinds of Shraddha is there? B. And what does Krishna have to say about Shraddha? So this chapter deals with that. And obviously, you see, when it says that Shraddha should be according to what the scriptures say, now every person, an ordinary people like you and me, have no access to the Shrutis and the Shastras. Even if we have the access, we do not have the time to go through them. If we have the time to go through them, we do not have the intelligence to interpret them, or the scholarship, let us say, or any guide who would interpret it for us. So this is the difficulty which even Arjun faces. Arjun represents us, really. Arjun in the Geeta represents a common man who is ambitious, who wants to enjoy the material world, yet he understands that there is some logic to this spirituality. There is something very important which he is missing out and which he would like to know. So he represents the common man. He has, as Gurudev writes, he's got an appetite for higher living, but he wants to go the correct way. He doesn't want to miss out on something which he was supposed to do, and so he is seeking Krishna's guidance over here. Now, knowledge of the Shastras is important, but how and where does he get the knowledge of the Shastras? Simple thing was that Krishna was not only his friend but his relative. So easy thing, ask him. Now here, see, some people say, you will hear this very common thing, that isn't it enough if we lead an ethical life, we don't hurt anybody, we don't kill anybody, we don't cheat anybody, and we are doing our duty as honestly as we can, and this is enough, this is spirituality. You see, now the thing is that according to the Gita and according to many other scriptures, it is said that there are many people who have walked this path before. And those that have walked this path before are highly experienced people. And you must listen to their advice. However, how much you can do or not do, that's a different thing. But at least know what is the correct path. See, when you are even going on a holiday or you're going on a trek or something, don't you try to know the route first? You try to chart out the route. Today you have the GPS and all that, and you just switch it on and they guide you. You have faith in the GPS. You do not have faith in Krishna. You do not have faith in the Shastras. You do not have faith in those great rishis and munis who have already walked this path. Think about it. Having faith in the Shastras and trying to go according to their guidance is very important. And this is the question Arjuna is asking, that if you just practice spirituality in an ethical way, just ethical living, is that enough? Or that we should go according to that? Now, see, here, faith can be in any field. It need not, the word faith, it need not be just spirituality. When you listen to a doctor's advice and you do what he's asking you to do, isn't that faith? That is faith in the doctor and his knowledge, right? When in school, child is learning from his teacher, they are so enamored and fascinated by the teacher and whatever the teacher is teaching. Haven't you heard that? The child is totally enamored by the teacher and does exactly what the teacher says. When mother tries to correct the teacher, if the teacher said something wrong, what does the child say? No, no, mommy, my teacher has said this and I'm going to listen. Well, you don't know anything, isn't it? So here also, it is just that he says that go to the Shastras. They are written by the best and best of teachers and they are instructing you to do it. So faith in anything is very, very important, but not blind faith. Faith over here means that you have heard about something which you almost believe to be true, but you walk in that direction till you see what you believe, till what you believe fructifies for you, and you actually see the proof of it. That is faith. Rabindranath Tagore said it very, very nicely. I have quoted that before also in my talks. And he said that faith is the bird that sings before light in the dawn, something like this, before light appears in the morning. It believes that light is going to come. It knows that light is going to come. And it starts singing while the dawn is still dark. And very soon the light comes. How does the bird know? Faith. Faith. That is what is faith. It is not blind faith, but it is a firm conviction with some knowledge and some experience. Yeah. So this is what the 16th chapter. Now in the 16th chapter, Krishna starts philosophizing a little because he tries to tell you that faith is of three different kinds. Okay. It is on three different levels and it is of three different kinds. And what are the three different kinds of faith? That Krishna will now discuss with you. Okay. Now, अथ सप्तदशोऽध्यायः अर्जुन उवाच ये शास्त्रविधिमुत्सृज्य यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विताः तेषां निष्ठा तु का कृष्ण सत्त्वमाहो रजस्तमः. Those who, setting aside the ordinances of the scriptures, perform sacrifice with faith. What is their condition, O Krishna? Is it sattva, rajas, or tamas? That is what he is asking. That what is the quality of those actions performed without going into the ordinance of the scriptures or the instructions of the scriptures. You do it on your own as best as you think, but with faith and determination. So what happened? Now, here, will it have any benefit, or will it just be a waste of time, self-dissipation, or will it bear any results? That is what he's asking. But Krishna is trying to say, later he will say, that you must go step by step as the Shastras say. That is very, very important because you will not lose your way. You will not be going in the wrong direction. That will be just a waste of time for you, a waste of effort and endeavor. Faith basically is the motive force behind all action. You will not act unless you have faith that this action is going to bear result. When you have some hope and belief that this action is going to bear result, only then you move towards that action, isn't it? Huh. So then you cannot be a stupid fool just to go by ritual and just do the ritual without even understanding what the ritual means. So therefore Arjuna is asking this, that am I violating the Shastras? Am I going against the Shastras if I behave just on my own knowledge and my own instinct and perform everything? Now, the definition of yajna over here, Geeta has come with its own definition of yajna. Yajna is not just a ritual in Geeta. I've explained this many times, that it is not just a havan, kund, where do you swaha, swaha, and you offer ablutions to it of ghee and samagri. That is not what yajna means here. Yajna here means a combined effort of the entire community contributing to some goal which you want to establish for the welfare of everybody around you. It is not a selfish act. It is an act of the entire community contributing for the benefit of the entire community. That is the yajna spirit, as the Gita says. Now, then, if you do it without any knowledge of how to go about it, then what happens? Shri Bhagavan Trividha Bhavati Shraddha Trividha Bhavati Shraddha Dehi Nam Sa Swabhavaja Satviki Rajasi Chaiva Tamasi Cheti Tam Shrinu. Therefore, is the faith of the embodied, which is inherent in their nature, the sattvic, pure, the rajasic, passionate, and the tamasic, dark. Thus thou hear of it. Now, here Krishna begins his answer, and he first tells you that faith is of three different kinds. One is sattvic, Rajasic, and Tamasic. Now, we all have done that, these are the three gunas. We have done it before, right? Now, what are the three gunas? Gunas means these are the three kinds of tendencies in every human being. But in every human being, one or the other tendency is predominant, the other one is mediocre, and the third one is very, very little. So, which one is very little? Is a In every human being there is a different kind of combination. Some are more sattvic, some are more rajasic, some are more tamasic. And the combination of rajasic, tamasic, and sattva is what determines his mental attitudes, and the mental attitudes determine the actions. So then, here, that is what he is saying over here, Krishna is saying. And he is saying that these things are given, and physical activities, psychological behavior, and any mental thing that you do is based on the combination of these three. And you have to understand these, that wrong kind of shraddha in a wrong thing can lead you to harm. A right kind of shraddha in the right kind of value systems, in the right method, in the right kind of teacher will, of course, elevate you. It will take you to sublime heights, right? And these are given, as Gurudev used to say, that it is none of your business to judge your neighbor. That, oh, he is very bad, he is very bad, look at me, I am this, I am this, I have so much faith, he has no faith. None of that. This is to judge your own animal mind, as Gurudev used to put it. You must yourself try to figure out, what is the quality of my Shraddha? Is it Rajasic? You'll not be surprised. Many people join institutions, even like the Chinmaya Mission or any other big religious institute, only to gain contacts. What are those? Those are Rajasic people. Rajasic people, dynamic, ambitious, wanting to gain material strength in this world. They're the Rajasic people. Some people, they go to spiritual talks and sit there and doze. They go to sleep. What is there? When such great knowledge is coming forth your way, who is foolish enough to sleep there? Those are tamasic people. That is tamas overtaking the mind. The intention was good. Intention was to go and listen to a teacher in spiritual. Excuse me. But sleep overtakes them. That is tamasic faith. Sattvic faith is of one of those who are very, very keen, eager, honest seekers who sit upright and devour every single word the teacher is saying, and then mentally, constantly are you trying to apply it to their lives. That is the thing. So, Gurudev writes that the more and more that you apply yourself to the physical sheath and understand that I am the body and I am the mind and the intellect, you cannot go into the sattvic category of faith. The more you climb a ladder, you have to give up the lower rungs of the ladder. And therefore, you have to give up tamas, whatever is there in you. You have to give up rajas to climb up to sattva. Come to the next. सत्त्वानुरूपा सर्वस्य श्रद्धा भवति भारत श्रद्धामयो अयं पुरुषः यो यच्छ्रद्ध स एव सः. The faith of each is in accordance with his nature. O Bharata, the man consists of his faith. As a man's faith, so is he. Okay? Now he says Sattva Anurupa Sarvasya. Now he says, Dekho, Ram and Ravan, they are both products of their faith. Ravan has faith in materialism. Ram has faith in higher, nobler values. And therefore, their actions are also sattvic and rajasic and tamasic. Kumbhakaran was totally tamasic, we know. Eating, and sleeping, and that is all he asked as a boon from the Lord. Imagine. Just that I should be able to eat a lot and I should be able to sleep a lot. How tamasic can you be? Lethargic, total. Now, so here he says that according to your nature is your faith, and you become whatever your faith is. Because all your actions will be determined by the kind of faith that you have in anything. So, spiritual life also, there are many, many days when you live a very, very good spiritual life. And then suddenly you are compelled to do otherwise. Why? Because you have that inherent quality of rajas or tamas in you, which bubbles up, which springs up from somewhere. Like dirt at the bottom of a pond, the water will be crystal clear on the surface, but there is mud and filth at the bottom of the pond. So that will rot, and one bubble will rise up slowly and burst at the surface, creating ripples all over. That is what is the condition of your mind when some inherent old vasana rises from the depth of your unconsciousness and disturbs your equilibrium of the mind. So, see, the texture of the mind, the color of the mind is determined by your past actions and the memories of the past actions. whether they are from this life or past lives also. वो संचित कर्म, और संचित कर्म होते हैं, वो फ्रक्टिफाई करते हैं as प्रारब्ध in this life. So your whole being, the predominant color of your mind will manifest in this life. So if there is a huge backlog of spiritual activity in your past life, then it will manifest in this life and you will easily go towards it. You will be able to sustain the knowledge. You will be able to give out the knowledge to others. You will be able to live that knowledge with determination. But if you do not have that backlog, supposing you are a first timer to spirituality, you will not have sustenance power. And how to retain spiritual knowledge and how to live spiritual knowledge is what the Shastras teach you, is what they guide you to do. And that is why that they are necessary. So faith, faith and potentialities are interdependent with each other. What are your capabilities is because of your tendencies. That is why you always say this one is a born dancer, she is a born singer, this one is a born painter, somebody is a born scientist, somebody is a born something. Why do you say that? Because that person can do that thing so much more easily because of past tendencies and practice. Somebody who is new will always, have problems. A lot of your faith and your personality development, even psychology says so, is determined by your childhood. The sanskaras that are given to you as a child by your parents, by your grandparents, or by your surroundings, whatever they may be, is the one that determines your faith a lot. So that is also very, very important. And see, so then, of course, so this is just basically that faith is very important for any attainment. It is also important for spiritual attainment. So whosoever you are, in whatever way you have faith, you will go in that direction. Come to the next verse. यजन्ते सात्विका देवान् यक्षरक्षांसि राजसाः प्रेतान् भूतगणांश्चान्ये यजन्ते तामसा जनाः. The sattvic or pure men worship the gods. The rajasic or the passionate worship the yakshas and the rakshasas. The others, the tamasic people or the dark folk, worship the ghosts and hosts of bhutas or the nature spirits. These are the lowest deities. Abhi kiske, look at the classification. Just see the classification. Very interesting. It says the sattvic or pure men worship the gods. Now, the gods are the people who are devatas, who have potential for giving, but giving sattvic things, giving spiritual gifts, giving bhakti, giving gyan. Those are the gifts of the Lord. Welfare and खुशहाली जिसको कहते हैं, that is given by the gods, and so they worship the gods. Okay, then the rajasic people or the passionate people, worship means their entire actions are in a focused direction towards that. That is what it means. तो उनकी भक्ति किसमें होती है? यक्ष और राक्षस. Yakshas are the one to gain more funds, more money for whatever projects are in their mind. कि मुझे ये करना है, ये करना है, ये करना है. और राक्षसas are the powerful people The powerful people who can with their power help you, उनको राक्षस कहते हैं और यक्ष. The Rakshas is for the muscle power of the powerful people. That just through their influence they can help you. Through their contacts they can help you. So ये तो वो हुए. अच्छा फिर क्या है? The others, the tamasic people or the dark folk. Why does he say dark folk? Because the color of tamas is dark. It is considered black. Don't you say that when you lose the mental power, when you faint, what do you say? I blacked out. You say, I blacked out. So unless there is light in the buddhi for which you do the Gayatri mantra, ke enlighten my intellect. That is the Gayatri mantra. Enlighten my intellect so that I may take the right directions at the right time and live rightly. Darkness is tamas. What is it? Sleep. What happens when you sleep? Darkness. Darkness engulfs your mind, isn't it? Dark deeds, don't you say? He is into dark deeds. All criminals come out at night. Any violent creature comes out at night for prey. Thieves, robbers, cheats, criminals, they all come at night. That is why it is called dark folk. The Geeta writes of them as dark folk. They worship ghosts and the hosts of bhutas. अच्छा इसको कहते हैं भूत प्रेत, उनको वर्शिप करते हैं आप. अच्छा भूत प्रेत होते हैं या नहीं होते, nobody knows. Many people see them. You see, they are basically dark forces are personated as bhoot pret, as you say over here. These are people who are, the lowest kind of deities to worship. That means who you are seeking their help to do dark deeds. And who are those kind of people? Hired gundas, hired criminals, hired murderers. Get this done, get that done. You get all kind of wrong things done by the people, and you have to woo them, isn't it? You need to pay them to do those bad things for you, isn't it? Which in today's parlance is called outsourcing corruption. That is what they are, these bhoot pretas, which they murder, kidnap, and whatever they do, burn, loot, plunder, and they take money to do these things. And who are the people who pay them? Tamasic people. Tamasic people achieve their ends by these kind of means. So to achieve these ends by these kind of means, they have to worship them, isn't it? Worship means what? All the efforts, they give them money, they give them power, they give them this, that, कि भैया मेरा काम कर दो. But wrong things in wrong ways. So you seek fulfillment at those altars which your mind dictates to you. The Sattvic people go to altars of gods. वहां भी जाते हैं शॉपिंग लिस्ट लेके ना आप मंदिर में. Oh God, grant me this. Oh God, grant me that. But you are not asking for harming people, and you are asking maybe for your benefit. But whom are you begging? The Lord. You are asking the Lord. So it is faith to worship the Lord, that He alone can grant you. He is the biggest. He is the one sole person who can grant anything in this universe, and you go to Him. So you go to the highest, and that is the Sattvic people. So all your effort is in single focused direction in whichever way it goes. Now then, some people worship wealth and power, and those people only go to the wealthy, make contacts with the wealthy, and make contacts with the powerful. Because nobody else can give them what they want. They want only from these kind of people And these are the yakshas and rakshasas. Rajasic men worship those because they have very high ambitions of gaining power, money, material objects. So for those, these people are necessary. Rakshasas for power and Yaksha for money, as I said before. Yaksha is the brother of Kuber. Gurudev writes over here, dekho, that it is interesting to note that Yakshas are described as the brothers of Kuber. Kuber is the treasurer of the gods. But he is a treasurer who hoards money. He doesn't give money like Lakshmi. Lakshmi is a giver of wealth. Kuber is the hoarder of wealth. So they worship Yakshas, who is the brother of Kuber, and Rakshasas. The Rakshasas give you strength and power. और ये तमसिक लोग जो हैं ये भूत प्रेत, as I told you, कि they worship people who are criminals, gundas, jailbirds. Those are the kind of people they worship to get their ends done. Now, these are the fit powers to be invoked, as Gurudev writes, by some people. Now, another thing is that many kinds of powers are available in this world. So, you go to those powers which align with your mental tendencies. That is what the Lord is trying to say to you. That you get help. You can get help from the Lord. You can get help from friends, from your contacts. And if you have low thoughts, of course, you can get, from tamasic people. And tamasic people are those I just enumerated them to you. That so the field of man's activity is that which is according to his temperament, and his whole personality is according to his own temperament. Okay, come to the 5th verse. अशास्त्र विहितं घोरं तप्यन्ते ये तपो जनाः दम्भाहंकार संयुक्ताः कामरागबलान्विताः. These are two verses done together. So next verse. कर्षयन्त शरीरस्थं भूतग्रामं चेतसः मां चैवान्त शरीरस्थं तान् विद्यासुरनिश्चयान्. Those men who practice terrific austerities, not enjoined by the scriptures. This is important. Please, you can underline not enjoined by the scriptures. But what are they? Ghor tapasya, ghor austerity. You've seen those ones, no, where people stand on one leg and do that tapasya. I know a lady whose husband was, implicated in a murder and went to jail. Now, this lady, somebody told her that if you stand in the sun and on one leg with a deepak in your hand and show it to the sun the whole day, you stand like that. You can change from one leg to the other, but you have to stand on one leg. And you keep doing this for days on end, your husband will be freed. And that simple lady with simple faith was doing that. This is what is this. That these men who practice terrific austerities, some people won't eat for days on end, some people will, any kind of tapas unko karate hain, or tapasya, not enjoined by the scriptures, but this is not written out in the scriptures to do all this. So unko given to hypocrisy and egoism. तो ये लोग जो होते हैं ये कैसे? Given to hypocrisy and full of ego. They are impelled by the force of lust and attachment. ठीक है? तो उनको या तो lust is extreme desire for selfish ends and material gains. That is lust. So here it is, he says that they work very hard. These people also, ऐसा मत सोचना कि this is easy. This kind of tapas, terrific austerities, he says. is very, very hard to do. But they under, like Ravan, 10 sir kaat kaat ke chadhaye. That is what this comes under, this category only. That he is harming himself, suffering, and giving an ablution of what? Blood and flesh and heads. Apne khud ke kaat ke. Can you imagine? Now this comes here. So they work very hard. They are also, but they are propelled by intense desire, because what was Ravan's desire? मैं अमर हो जाऊं. Except for man and monkey, nobody else should be able to kill me. That was what Ravan asked for. Imagine, look at the boon he has asked. Nobody should be able to kill me. I should have money, power, almost unlimited, and nobody should be able to kill me. Only monkey or man can kill me. And he knew that if I am such a powerful man, तो monkey or man मुझे क्या मारेंगे? And I'll be a Rakshas, I devour monkey and man. So they can't kill me. He felt safe with that. So this is the kind of tamasic mind and tamasic action. The lust and hunger for petty, ordinary power and, any kind of thing. I want to become the chief minister. I want to become the prime minister. For how long? For how long? These are petty desires of petty people asking for petty gains. Now, the next one. Next one says, senselessly torturing all the elements of body and me also. Why does the Lord say me also? Because you, by torturing the body, are torturing him as well, who sits inside you. Because आपकी आत्मा को कष्ट हो रहा है. You are constantly, you are being unfair to the body, which he has given you with so much of love, so much of blessings, to enjoy this life and feel happy and give happiness to others. But what are you doing? You're only torturing yourself, and in the bargain, torturing the Lord himself. So here, you are exerting so much of effort and power to destroy yourself and others, senselessly torturing all the elements in the body and me also, who dwells within the body. Know thou these to be a demoniac resolves. तो ये देखो, रावण did this, Hitler did this, Saddam did this, Stalin did this. All these big dictators come under this category. They are the ones who have done all these kind of things, that by worshipping and by harming themselves, by doing the kind of great tapas, which is a torture to the body and the soul, they gain these kind of ends. And now we will come to the next one. Next time, verse 7, we will start. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnahat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Hari Om.